That might not have been that willing to fight Joe Joyce in the past. They might start to fancy it a bit more now.
This is John Donaga of Fifth Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Matt Macklin here at York Hall ahead of Saturday's Boxer Show, live on Sky Sports. Matt, how do you assess Saturday night's card? Big prospects on the bill. Yeah,
decent card. Delighted for Caroline Dubois that she's getting the star treatment, the main event slot. I think she's been absolutely brilliant since she turned professional. Faultless, really, and. This is her opponent's solid. I think she'll be competitive, but I don't think she'll have enough to really trouble Caroline Dubois. But to be honest with you, I don't think there's too many that will. That she's. I don't think she's far away from challenging for real bona fide world titles.
Does this show sort of how much we're in a transition phase in British boxing with sort of these highly rated prospects coming through? This is kind of, I guess, where we're at right now.
Yeah, there's the sort of the AJ era of the 2012 Olympians. They're kind of coming to the end now, aren't they? Some of them are retired, and some of them are sort of at the twilight of the career. Obviously, there's new talent coming through. The Olympians from Japan. And it's a new era. The last couple of years on Sky, a new boxer, a new promotional outfit, and it's really about kind of getting those star prospects that they signed kind of into the position to be challenging for titles, which Caroline Dubois is there, Fraser Clark, Ben Whittaker, they've had a few injuries and things, so it's not happened as quickly as they would have liked, but it's moving in the right direction.
I don't know if the viewers can hear in the background Fran Hennessy hitting the pads. Do you know much about her? She's obviously making her debut. She's meant to be very highly rated.
No, I've never seen her box, but I've heard she's very good. Obviously, I know her dad, Mick Hennessy. So yeah, no, I've heard she's the real deal. We'll see.
And what do you make of Vidal Riley in a title fight that he's been waiting for? Where do you put him in this cruiserweight mix?
Yeah, I always like watching Vidal box. I think he's got a real nice, smooth, fluid style. Doesn't load up, picks his punches, sets everything up off the jab, puts combinations together, and I know he was a good amateur. I know his career's not happened as fast as he would have liked because he was in America and he was doing the YouTube stuff. But I think it's allowed probably his body to mature, allow him to get his man strength, grow into the cruiserweight division as well. But he's definitely talented, lots of ability, like I say, nice style, and the cruiserweight division domestically is very, very strong because a lot of them are like world level, aren't they? If you look at Bilham Smith and Okole, and even Chamberlain's fought Bilham Smith, had a good fight and different things. So he's obviously not there yet, but I think this is probably the right fight at this stage in his career.
Moving on, Matt, Saturday night, obviously Joe Joyce got knocked out against Zhilei Zhang. What did you make of that fight?
Do you know, it was a good knockout, wasn't it? It was difficult, obviously, for Joyce. Hard loss to take again, back-to-back knockout defeats. I thought he came in too light, far too light the first fight. Obviously came in heavy this one, but do you know what? It was one of those shots, wasn't it? I think he would have knocked out most heavyweights. It was a peach. And it's difficult now, I think, to see where Joyce goes from here. That's not to say he's finished because he got knocked out, but it was two back-to-back knockout defeats. Up and prior to the first one, he was mandatory position for a world title shot. At his age, and to see it's going to be a long road back to get back where he is now, because he's high risk, low reward. Because he maybe doesn't seem as high a risk as what he did before when he kind of had a bit of hype around him. He looks more human now, but he doesn't have the reward now. So what does he really bring to this? It's still a hard fight, and what does he bring to what do you get to gain by beating him? So I don't see any of the top guys queuing up to fight him. So now he's going to have to put a few wins together. It's just a long road back. I don't know if at this age in his life with the miles on the clock and what it's going to take to get back to where he was, if he's still got the appetite.
Has his punch resistance gone like Tony Bellew said?
Yeah, possibly. I know what Tony's saying. I get it. You know, it's hard to say that because I think that shot might have knocked out a lot of heavyweights. It was a left hand to the body, right hook. Didn't see it. He was trying to throw a punch back. Zhang's 20 stone, big heavyweight, can dig. So I don't. You don't want to say his punch resistance shots, but it doesn't appear to be what it was, that will give a lot of fighters, that might not have been that willing to fight Joe Joyce in the past. They might start to fancy it a bit more now.
John Fury reckons that Zhang knocks out Oleksandr Usyk. What do you think?
He might. I think he might. I think he'd knock out most heavyweights if he caught them. He's 20 stone, and he digs. He hits hard. Listen, I thought he was unlucky in Saudi against Hrgovic. I did a draw on the night, scoring it round by round. But I remember thinking, the rounds I gave to Hrgovic, they were close. He nicked them. Where the rounds that I gave to Zhang, he clearly won them. So even though I had a draw on the card, I felt like Zhang had the better of it, if you know what I mean.
And just two more and then we're done. Canelo against Charlo this weekend. Can Jamel Charlo pull this one off, going up 2 weight divisions, or is this the perfect comeback? Not comeback, but perfect fight for Canelo at this stage?
I think it's a good fight for Canelo. I think it would be a massive upset, shock defeat if Charlo got the win. I can't see him outpointing Canelo, and coming up in weight, I don't think he's going to have the power. It's hard to give him the puncher's chance, but it is boxing, so you never know. But slim chance.
And finally, Devin Haney fighting Regis Prograis in December. How do you think that fight's going to go?
I think Haney. I think he's the younger, fresher, moving up in weight. Will he carry the power up? I don't know. He's young. I think he can grow into that weight now. Certainly have the edge in speed and probably ability as well.
Matt, we'll leave it there. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Cheers.